Morning guys, here we are back in beautiful historic Ravenswood. Last time we filmed this location, this old miner's hut, one of our subscribers, Joseph Keoff, noticed something in the background that looked like a woman in Victorian dress. So now we're about to go and have a look to see what it was exactly. So let's go have a look.
So this is about where we were filming, wasn't it, Ange? About here.
Yeah.
So Joseph seen something in the background and we even thought, oh, we've captured something, a ghost or something.
Just a timber cutout.
And it's a timber cutout.
Well spotted though.
It was well spotted though. You got us excited.
Yeah.
Give us a pose, Angie.
Ravenswood was once a thriving gold mining town. Today it is a beautifully preserved virtual ghost town with a couple of pubs, a general store and some small businesses. It is hard to imagine that during its boom era the town had over 50 pubs and a population of over 5,000. The mullet keeps, the old shafts, the chimneys, the rusting machinery and the historic buildings make it an informative journey into a once thriving and booming gold mining town.
So we're here at the Ravenswood community garden and they got beautiful bougainvilleas. You got white ones and these red and pink. They're really stunning.
Thorps buildings were constructed about 1903 for Sidney Hood Thorpe, a mining agent and sharebroker who had a substantial business interest in both the Ravenswood and Charters Towers goldfields. It housed businesses which supplied miners with everything from household goods to mining machinery and is the only two-storey shop still standing in Ravenswood. Today, Jacqueline makes amazing homemade scones to die for. The central entrance with iron gates leads to a passage and stairs to the first floor. In 1989, the current owner, Jacqueline, purchased this beautiful old building with its ornate pressed metal ceilings and hardwood floors. Upstairs features 5 bedrooms, 2 of which are Airbnbs, a bathroom and a well-equipped kitchen. The front balcony with its lovely iron lacework overlooked Macrossan Street and the Imperial Hotel.
Alright guys, who loves a ghost story? We all love ghost stories. We're heading to the Imperial Hotel, or the Impi as they call it here in town. and it's a 300-metre walk from the showground, and we're going to meet the publican. His name's Dwayne, but his mates call him Dunga. So we'll see you in there shortly. So we're at the Imperial Hotel, and we've got the bar manager, owner, Dwayne. Dwayne's your name, but your friends call you Dunga.
Dunga. Mate,
yeah,
Dunga.
nice to meet you, mate.
Yep.
Would you be able to tell me a little bit about the history of this place?
I can do that for you, mate.
Yeah.
We've this is the old Imperial Hotel, legendary old pub. It was originally built by an Irishman by the name of Jim Delaney, and the pub is now 123 years old.
Wow.
And it's a beautiful old place, and it takes a lot of work and maintenance to keep it together.
Yeah,
but it's been fantastic. It is. We have a massive amount of following of people. They come all the time. They come and go, and we also get a lot of paranormal groups.
Oh, okay.
They come and go all the time. They'll be starting up again next month, I think. They'll be starting again. They come out on a fortnightly basis with different groups of people and everything else.
Yeah.
And over the years, we've had plenty of clairvoyants come through. Most of them say the same thing about what people are here and what they were.
Yeah.
But the pub itself, the Delaney family actually had about 5 generations in here. And
wow.
There was three daughters, I think, and then there was a younger one that I think passed away earlier. But the family, one of the daughters left and moved down to Victoria pretty well straight away.
Yeah.
2 of the other daughters stayed here. They were in the pub pretty well their whole life.
Wow.
I think they did about a 60 to 70 or maybe 75 year stint or something like that.
Wow.
I'm not real sure on that bit. Yep. But they did go away for a little while when the town became a ghost town.
Yep.
And then they came back again and opened it all up. And
so Dunga, when you said the town was a ghost town, was that when the gold mining stopped, or
it's
slowed down?
Pretty well what happened was there's a story in there about, I think it was one of the mine bosses, the guys in the mines had pretty sort of, it was, let's just say shit conditions.
Yep.
And they wanted a few more extra pennies, and he said he'd rather turn this town into a ghost town than
wow.
give you another penny. And what happened was, not long later, somebody crossed the Burdekin River and found gold where Charters Towers is now.
Right.
So everyone packed up and left. And at one stage, I think there was only 11 people living in this town.
Wow.
And it was pretty well. This was pretty well the best kept secret in Australia for a long, long time.
Yeah.
You could come out here, beautiful old buildings everywhere and everything. And over the years, a lot of them deteriorated from weather or not lived in. You know, if a house or a building is not lived in, it deteriorates.
A lot of them would have been timber, wouldn't they?
Yeah, and it was actually Keith Thompson's dad. He's a furniture guy over in Townsville years ago.
Yep.
He came out here and lifted up some of those miners' shacks and took them over, and they're in South Townsville now.
Oh, okay.
They're little miners' cottages.
Yep.
And but the people out here who lived out here, they pretty well. Like I said, it was one of the best kept. When I first come to this town, I couldn't believe this pub, and it was like, wow.
Yeah. Well, it's like stepping back in time, isn't it? And I think that's what we love about this town, because there's just something about it. It just, like you said, stepping back in time, and it's just fantastic.
Well, this was the second pub that was here. The first one was timber.
Yep.
And there was a travelling salesman came into the town when the town was still full on.
Yep.
And he got on the grog here, had a few whiskies, and he went upstairs, rolled a durry, and started to smoke in bed. And he burnt down half the street.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so Jim Delaney, being the good Irishman he is, he said, well, he struck it rich, Jimmy, and he's claimed down here. So he built the first one, but it got burnt down. So then he come back the second time, and he did it in brick.
Right.
And this is the baby here right now, and I think we are the second proper owners of this pub.
Yeah. Okay.
There were people in it that would be people that would bloody come in and lease it off the Delaney's and bits and pieces like that. But we are the second actual proper owners. We own it outright, paid for it outright, and everything else. So, the old pub itself, it is truly amazing. We have all sorts of strange things happen here, but the pub itself, we look at it, it is the Imperial Hotel, the Delaney's Imperial Hotel, but a lot of people refer to it as the Cuckoo's Nest.
Right.
Because anybody gets a bit stressed out and everything. We have a massive following of groups of people.
Yeah.
And they come out here. Every weekend we're booked out. It's just crazy. Even half the time during the week, we're booked out. So
yeah, wow.
They come out and we say, look, now they're all stiff-necked and everything, and we give them a couple of days here, or a couple of nights, and spin the girls around dancing, and we carry on like, you know, we have a lot of fun, no nonsense.
And what about you, Dunga? Do you get up on the bar and dance, or what?
No, mate. No, I got vertigo. I'll fall off the bar, mate. No, the girls. Yeah, no, but we have a lot of fun, mate. We don't tolerate any nonsense or anything else. Everybody knows the rules to this pub. And we have a massive following of people and groups. They just come in all the time. Yeah. And the old pub, she just keeps plugging along.
Which is great to see. That's great.
Plenty of bloody maintenance, I'll tell you that.
So when you say paranormal things, what happened to you or to your guests?
I can tell you. I'll give you a couple of stories. But originally, some people, clairvoyants, when we first bought the pub, people used to come through, and some of them clairvoyant, right? And they're sort of, when they go through the place, they come down and say, look, you realise that you've got this entity here and that entity here and that entity. Right. But all of them that come say around the same thing of what people were here. Yeah. They tell us the same thing. Somebody rang the Melbourne University and they come up there with their paranormal unit. Team, yeah. And they stayed about 2 or 3 nights, I think. And some of the stuff they had was most amazing. One of the main things that they actually covered with their high-tech stuff were these big green orbs that they just move around in the pub.
They actually capture them, did they?
Yeah, the big green orbs, yeah. Yeah? They got special equipment and everything. Yeah. And they had some other stuff there that was like, they showed me this thing where it was like somebody down a tunnel, but you couldn't quite understand what they were saying. It was sort of like, talking or something, and you can pick up a few words here and there.
And it echoes.
But we've had a lot of crazy. Like we had a group of contractors in. Most of them were around their 50s. Yeah. There's one young fella, and all night he was nagging me for ghost stories. So I told him a heap of them, and it must have got to him. I'll tell you the story, man. It's really funny. So they all went to bed. Anyway, the old fella hears this big bang in the wall. His wall is shaking. Something's going on in there. He thought, someone's into me little mate. That was the young fella. Yeah. Anyway, how it come about is by the time the old fella got out of bed and he put his strides on, sleeping in his undies, put his strides on, walked out into the hallway, and he's going to open the door, and he thought someone was into his little mate. But what had happened was, when we spoke to the young bloke the next morning, he said, I was dead to the world asleep, and then all of a sudden, I just had a feeling there was someone in the room with me. Yeah. He said, but I didn't want to open my eyes in case they were looking over me over the bed. Yeah. And he said he just had them little tiny slits. He didn't want to. Yeah. And he said he was that numb. His brain, he couldn't. He was frozen there in the bed. And then after he said it could have been an hour. It could have been 10 seconds. He said, but my brain just said run, and I jumped up and I ran into the wall in the dark, knocked myself over. Stupid. And the other old fella that came out of the other room there, he was just reaching for the doorknob, thinking someone's in there beating the young fella
beating his mate up.
And when he's just stood up, the young bloke, and he's ripped the door open, and he's seen the silhouette of the old fella in the hallway. Oh, yeah. And he screamed like a woman and fainted, man. He'll never live it down, the poor bugger, right? Jeez, it was funny.
Oh, that's funny.
Crazy. Well, I can tell you a million of them, mate. I can go on forever, but we have a lot of fun here, like I say, and it's a great old pub. It's solid as. And, you know, we have a lot of fun here, a real lot of fun. Mate. That's what we're all about. People come out here just to get, you know, the stiffness out of their neck. They know that they can come out here, they get looked after well, they get fed well, everybody has a great time. Yeah. There's very rarely any sort of nonsense. Yeah. And we just have a ball, mate. Yeah. And we get
that's great. Groups. And that's what we loved about it. We came here last year and you just had the fire pit going out over there in the beer garden. There was all the miners and music was playing. Everyone was just having fun. Yeah. And even the bowerbirds, look, I mean, not the bowerbirds, the butcher birds. Yeah.
Cracker.
They love it here too.
Yeah, the buggers.
So, Dunga, can I ask you to show me that pool? Snooker table.
Come through, mate. Just watch out for the.
Yep. No worries.
Yeah, that table. Yeah, buddy. We had people playing like yesterday. They were enjoying it. G'day, Rich. G'day, Gina.
Hey, Gina.
like this is the baby here. I don't know exactly when this arrived here. I'm not really sure. Just get a light on here, like that's the curtains. Yes. He as a young man, he was a blacksmith striker.
Right.
And over in Ireland. And when he come over, he didn't realise that he'd already got black lung. And when he,
right.
I think he started getting a bit crook. He built the first pub and it burned down. The second one, he started getting a bit crook, so they took him down to, I think it was Sydney, for better medication, better doctoring. And the girls came back up. I think the wife came in for a while. I've got to get. I'm a bit rusty. I've been away for a bit.
I heard that he died young. Was he about 30 years old when he died?
No, yeah, he would have been somewhere there, 40 maybe.
Oh, 40, yeah, something. But pretty young.
Yeah, they took him down to Sydney because he dusted his lungs when he was a blacksmith striker as a young man.
Yeah.
But plus going in the underground up there, and a lot of this rock and the stuff in here is silica. A lot of silica in amongst all this. Yeah, so it would have been highly detrimental against him. But when he went down to Sydney, he watched Sir Walter Lindrum play on this table.
Wow.
He was so impressed with the table, he got it all pulled to pieces and shipped up here, and got it, put it in the room here. But when we bought the pub, these doors had locks on them. We didn't know what was in here. So we just bought the pub, and then we thought, oh, well, we'll cut this lock off and see what's in here. And this table and all in here was just piled up with junk, but a lot of it was treasure junk, you know what I mean? It was treasure.
Like old furniture and things like that?
Yeah, the old templates and the beer things. And
oh, really?
See the templates like them, all them?
Yeah, yeah.
So we said to the people that we bought it off, just leave everything here and we'll sort it out. And then we found in the cellar, about 20 crates of Bulldog Lager that was shipped over from London. It was all in the wooden crates with the branded
nice
logos on it, and all straw. All the big tallies were all straw.
Yeah,
but you couldn't drink it, mate. I think it was about 80 years old.
Someone would have drank it, I reckon.
Knowing some of the locals, mate, they drink it.
Maybe make a vinegar out of it or something like that.
Mate, they would drink it through a shitty nappy, I'll tell you that. Some of the locals around here, they're good people. Anyway, so this thing, when we looked at it, was in dire despair. Those four legs were sitting in midair. The termites had eaten all the top of the floor,
Wow.
Back to here. And these four legs were sitting on their stumps still, but underneath here there's a mine spur that comes under the pub. And it was slowly, like an hourglass, eating the brick stumps under there.
Yeah, right.
So what we did was we pulled it all to pieces. We took it all into Townsville for these blokes to restore for us.
Yeah.
And then we put concrete in. Then we threw in with 2 tandem 10-ton trucks full of rocks through these windows. That sea container wasn't there. We were throwing them all in here, trying to stop at the void. And then we got another 2 cement trucks in and capped it right off.
Wow.
So it's not going anywhere.
She ain't going anywhere now.
No. Anyway, so then we had all the Lindrum on here. And then what we did was when we got it all restored, we flew Eddie Cholton up here.
Yeah.
And we put a weekend on of snooker. We had some of the best snooker players in Queensland up here playing.
Oh, that would have been so good.
It was magic, and it was really, really cool. Then a couple of months later, we put a $10,000 pool comp on it.
Oh, 10 grand.
And only 12 people showed up.
Oh, really?
A lot of people came to look.
Yeah.
You know, and it was a big weekend of bands and everything else.
Yeah.
The young fella was a male nurse from Cloncurry that picked up the 10 grand.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's so good. That's crazy, isn't it?
But he is a crazy old pub. You never know what goes on here. You can have somebody, you might have 2 people sitting in the bar, and within half an hour you'll have 100. You know what I mean? It's just that crazy. It's almost like it draws people, but most people who have come here to the Imperial Hotel have had a really good experience.
Yeah.
We try really hard to keep everybody happy, and like I say, we like to have a few drinks. We like to spin the girls around, and sometimes the girls spin us around.
Yeah,
You know, so It's all just about fun and getting rid of your stress, mate. You know, don't worry about a psychiatrist. Just come to the Imperial Hotel. We'll sort you out.
Well, no, that's great. Well, we came here last year for 2 nights. We ended up staying for 2 weeks. So,
A lot of people do that, mate. It's pretty good.
Oh, thanks very much,
no worries,
Dunga, for giving us all that info, mate. I really appreciate it. It was really nice meeting you. And thanks for telling us, mate. That's great. Yeah. We'll go and have a beer now.
Yeah, go and pour yourself one, mate.
Catch you, mate.
Pour your own beer.
Okay.
I've
never done this before. No, I've never poured a beer before, Dunga. So Dunga's going to show me how.
I'll just give you a quick.
Yeah.
Just give that a little quick run. Here we go. There we go. Look at that.
So you just got to tilt the glass.
Yeah. Once it gets up near the lip, you don't want a really big froth. You just want a nice froth on the top like that. Now look at that, sweetheart.
Oh, that's good, mate. Nah, I reckon half of mine will be on the floor by now.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah,
like
that's
a tornado in there. Beautiful.
Jeez.
Now you got to pull one now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you got to have a go now. You just seen it. You should be able to do it.
Okay.
Are you right?
There you go.
Yeah. Right.
Here you go,
I'll be
Dunga.
watching you.
Dunga, the cameraman.
There you go.
All right,
look
so
at
you
this.
tilt it to the side.
Hey, this is pretty
Pour
good.
it. Oh,
Yeah,
it's
that's
too
it.
quick.
Put tiller over a bit more.
Bit more.
Yeah, put it on the
mate,
glass.
look at the head on that.
Oh, mate.
Oh, I've stuffed it up.
That's holy shit. That's
So,
what you call
oh,
publican's profit, there, mate. That's called publican's profit, mate.
can I get a job here, Dunga? Look at that. All right, compare the difference.
There you go. Yeah. Only it's gone. It disappeared.
Oh, that's all right. No, it goes.
Yeah, you drink that one.
So, no. That's,
you drink that one.
hey, how do you know I didn't like a lot of head there?
Well, I don't know if I should tell you something. You might have to switch that off.
We're at the famous snooker table. We don't know how to play, but we're going to give it a shot. Should be fun. We've had a few bevies. See how we go.